health. So this is a picture of me back on the left, back in 2015. I was going to the gym very often, 5 days a week. I had a personal trainer, could not lose weight. Now it's 2025, it's 10 years, and I no longer struggle with that weight loss rebound. In 2015, I was going to the gym, I had a personal trainer, workout plans, I was doing that protein shake, none of that stuff was working. It was one step forward, two steps back. In 2024, last year, I look like this all year round. I don't really struggle with weight loss anymore, or just that, losing a few pounds here and gaining it all back. Now, what changed? Well, I started to learn about the digestive system. So we're going to dive deep into this topic today, because many people, you do not understand how this works, okay? So over here at the top of your digestive system, food enters your mouth, down the esophagus, into your stomach. Inside your stomach, you have your digestive enzymes breaking down the food. And over time, food enters your small intestines next. Your small intestines is incredibly long. It's 4.5 meters in length, followed by the large intestine, another 1.5 meters in length. This is your digestive system. To fix something, you must understand the mechanics of how the system works. You don't want to just go into this with no comprehension whatsoever, because when you go to the doctor, most likely they're looking at your symptoms. What symptoms are you experiencing right now? What discomforts are you experiencing right now? And from there, they're prescribing different drugs, medications, or even a whole bunch of different things, send you on a bunch of detours and dead ends. Now, what is chronic constipation? I had this for many years. Very embarrassing. This is your colon, the ascending transverse and the descending portion of your colon. Many people have this problem now where they have tract waste material inside their colon right now. You must go from the picture on the left to the picture on the right. Many people cannot get this done. This is another way to understand your digestive system. It's a very long piece of pipework. They call it the alimentary canal. So once again, food enters your mouth, down the esophagus, into your stomach. Inside your stomach, digestive enzymes breaking down the food, and over time, food's gonna get inside your small intestines next for nutrient absorption. Your small intestines is 4.5 meters, roughly 15 feet, followed by the large intestines, another 1.5 meters, 5 feet in length, and out the back for elimination. Now this is something you just want to keep in the back of your mind. What goes in through your mouth must go out the back as waste elimination. So this diagram is a simplified diagram of your digestive system, much easier to understand. Now, give you a perspective just how long that pipework is. From the floor to the basketball rim is 3 meters off the floor, roughly 10 feet. Okay? The combined length of your small and large intestines is equal to two of these, stacked on top of one another. So that's combined height of 20 feet, roughly 6 meters, and that's the height or the length of your small and large intestines combined. How do I know this is a worldwide problem? Many people all around the world struggling with chronic constipation. Keyword analysis tells me that. Every day, all over the world, millions upon millions are keying in chronic constipation. Doesn't matter if you're keying it in English, French, German, Italian, Russian, Chinese, Dutch, Swedish, Polish, Norwegian, I do not care. This is a worldwide problem. When your elimination is incomplete, residues of old feces, they've been building up in layers on the walls of the colon. As they putrefy, they can cause health problems, pain, and discomfort. And for many people, that's what they're experiencing. They never have a complete exit of their waste material sitting inside of them. Now, when you're dealing with chronic constipation, you may be experiencing other symptoms too. Could be a combination of bloating, gas, abdominal pain, rectal bleeding, hemorrhoids, anal fissures, impaction, discomfort, general malaise, urinary problems, psychological impact, changes in bowel habits. Now in 2025, we don't just have Under Armour or underarm deodorants, we have whole body deodorants. I'm going to tell you why. The reason why that is because many people, they are chronically constipated. When you're chronically constipated, you have all this waste material sitting inside of you, and it's still going to exude or ooze through the surface of your skin. That's why people have to put on this deodorant on to help subside that nasty smell. The struggle is very real for many individuals in the world. I was like this person, this little character on the left-hand side. You could be struggling on the toilet, severely straining, you're huffing and puffing, putting in the work. You got veins popping on the side of your temples. But after all that work, what did you get? A whole lot of nothing. You get a small little pebble. You may be wondering where did all that waste material go? The struggle is very real. Can you relate to this? Now, just jumping down, I'm going to give you guys a protocol that's going to help you clean out both the small and large intestines combined. I've been using this protocol for over 5 years now, and I've taught this to my own family members and also hundreds and hundreds of people all around the world, not just in the English language, but also in Chinese. In the future, I may get my material translated in Spanish, translated in French. We'll see how that goes. This is what you're going to pick up at the grocery store. Okay, so you need the apple cider vinegar without any sugar added. Next, you're going to choose between limes, lemons, or grapefruit. Highly recommend using grapefruit. Then you're going to buy yourself some pink salt, fine grained pink salt. And this is just black coffee prepared separately, hot black coffee without any cream or sugar added. You guys can screenshot this so you know what to get at the store when you shop online. Get this detox kit set so you know what to get when you have it every single week, because detox is not something that you do every once in a while where you're like, oh, I'm just going to do this because at the beginning of the year everyone's talking about detox. I detox every single week. Once a week I do something to keep my body completely free of debris that it doesn't need to have. Over here we're going to work on our, from right to left, you have the bottled water. This is about 2 liters in volume. Next, gonna get yourself another metal mesh strainer. This is a single press squeezer for your limes, lemons, or grapefruit. So you're gonna pick between limes, lemons, or grapefruit. Highly recommend using grapefruit. Next, you're gonna get yourself apple cider vinegar without any sugar or cream added. Over here, you're gonna have pink salt. This is going to be fine grained pink salt. If you do not want to use pink salt, you can use food grade Epsom salt, magnesium sulfate. It must be food grade. This is not for soaking purposes. There's Epsom salts that you use for bathing, for soaking your feet. That's not that. So you want to make sure it's pure food grade Epsom salt, magnesium sulfate. Some people, they're just worried about the sodium content in that pink salt. This is a stainless steel thermos, about 2 liters in volume. And over here, these are just stainless steel straws, okay? Because you're drinking this thing down. This is not an enema. This is not a coffee enema. This is not a water enema. This is something that you prepare and drink down. Many people cannot drink this down because they don't like the taste. Well, using that stainless steel straw is going to help you put it down. Over here, this is a stainless steel cup to prepare your black coffee without any sugar or cream added. So over here, we're gonna teach you how to mix everything in the stainless steel thermos. And over here, gonna get right into it. So let's just say the night before, you're finishing dinner around 7:30 p.m. You're not eating any late night snack. Let's just say on a Friday, you're finishing dinner at 7:30. On Saturday, you're doing this protocol. So on Saturday, when you first wake up, you're not eating any breakfast. So next morning, this is Saturday. Night before, this is Friday, right? So finishing dinner around 7:30. No late night snacks. Water is okay. Next morning, Saturday, do not eat breakfast. Liquids okay. At 11 a.m. on an empty stomach, you're making this in the stainless steel thermos. You want to make sure all your items that you're using is unbreakable. Okay, do not use glass, do not use anything ceramic. Okay, just for safety's reason, because I don't want you to get knocking things over, breaking glass, or if you're pouring hot water in, you may be experiencing thermal shock. This is where we're going to add in the stainless steel thermos. You're going to add 1 tablespoon and 2 teaspoons of pink salt or food grade Epsom salt. So this is 25 milliliters of salt total. Okay, so 1 tablespoon is 15 ml, and each teaspoon is 5 ml. So you're using a total of 25 milliliters of salt total. Put that in the stainless steel thermos. You're going to cut and squeeze 3 lemons or limes, or just using 1 grapefruit. You're going to cut it up, squeeze it through the single press squeezer, and you're going to filter it through the metal mesh strainer to extract just the juice. Do not have any seeds or any pulp in this solution. You want to make sure this solution is smooth as possible. Next, you're going to add a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar in the stainless steel thermos. Next, you're going to add 2.5 cups of hot water in the stainless steel thermos and stir it up real well for 30 seconds, 45 seconds. Make sure all that salt dissolves evenly in the stainless steel thermos. Then you're going to add another cup of hot water, such as the winter time. Okay, we're going to bring this solution up to about 1 liter. So on your table, there should only be 3 things. There's the bottled water, okay, the saltless solution that we just prepared. It's going to be about 1 liter in volume, and the hot black coffee that you prepare without any sugar or cream added. Now, if you don't drink black coffee, that's perfectly fine. That's completely optional. Now I'm going to teach you how to drink this down slowly. You may find a lot of different self-flush protocols online. Well, I'm just telling you guys. This is the one that works the best for me and my clients. Okay, there are different proportions that people use online, or they tell you to drink it very, very fast. I don't recommend any of these things. You can take 45 minutes, you can take an hour, take an hour and a half. It's not a rush. Now, when it's start to drink this, it may be a little bit too hot, so don't drink it right away. You can let it cool down a little bit. It's going to be about the same. It's just like when you order hot coffee, it's too hot. So you just let it sit for a little bit until you can start sipping it, kind of like that. Now, you want to get into a deep diaphragmatic breathing. You want to let your body relax. Listen to some Rachmaninoff, Piano Concerto 2, Movement 2 on repeat. That's what I do. And that's going to help your stomach relax. When you're anxious about different things, your stomach locks up. Now, understand that when you're drinking this down, this sulfur solution has to go through your whole digestive system. Your small intestine is 15 feet, roughly 4.5 meters in length. So it's going to take time, right? And when you first start drinking this solution, your stomach doesn't even know what this is. So they become a little bit anxious. So there's no rush. You want to just having that deep diaphragmatic breathing. And once it's relaxed, the stomach's going to allow that solution to pass in the small intestines. Now I'm going to teach you how to drink this down slowly. What you're going to do, you have the bottled water, right? Then you're going to have the sulfurous solution and the coffee. You're going to take a tiny sip of the bottled water, hold it in your mouth, right? Then you're going to take a bigger gulp of the sulfurous solution, drinking it down, or you're working with a stainless steel straw. Next, you're going to sip on the black coffee to reward yourself with a familiar taste. Okay, so it's a tiny sip of the bottled water. You're going to take a bigger gulp of the sulfurous solution, drinking it down. Sipping on black coffee, optional, right? So that's the steps, repeating steps 1 through 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Your goal is to finish the sulfurous solution first. You're not trying to drink the bottled water. You're not trying to drink a lot of coffee, no. Sip on the bottled water, hold it in your mouth to cover your tongue and your teeth a little bit. So when you start to drink the sulfurous solution, it's not going to shock your senses. Then you're going to gradually work the sulfurous solution, drinking it down, and sip on black coffee to reward yourself with a familiar taste. But your goal is to finish the sulfurous solution first. This is a squatty potty. You guys can get one. It's just a little stool. You guys can get your legs kicked up. You're not designed to use the bathroom at a 90 degree. You're designed to use the bathroom in a squatting position. The modern toilet is causing a lot of discomfort, a lot of problems in the colorectal area, which I'll discuss later. Now, this is what you can expect. This is our set of poop milestones. First of all, after you finish the soft flush solution in 45 minutes, an hour and a half, it may be a little bit of a time before you may have that unction to use the bathroom. Everyone's a little bit different. You just pace yourself. You may even distract your mind by watching some other YouTube videos, maybe some comedy, to distract your mind from the outcome. Many people, they may be anxious reading other people's testimonials or watching video testimonials, and they're like, oh, I want to achieve that result. So they're very anxious, right? They're drinking anxiously, and they want that result. The problem with that, when you get into that state of mind, it doesn't work well. So rather than doing that, you're just drinking it, relaxing. You want to diaphragmatic breathing, take your mind off, looking at some comedy, something that can make you smile. And over time, solids are going to first come out. And over time, soft poop solids are going to come out, and they're going to come out in some nasty logs. Many people, they have encrusted fecal matter in the colon. They're never getting a proper exit of their number 2. So you may see very dark material coming out of you. I'm talking about pitch black. It could be coming out black like my t-shirt. But over time, it's going to transition over to soft poop. And over time, it's going to transition into really, really soft poop. When this happens, I want you to take the opportunity. This is the bottled water. There's still plenty of bottled water in this thing, plenty of water in this bottle, because I have instructed you to take a tiny sip of this water. I never told y'all to drink this. You're going to take this bottled water to the bathroom with you, continue to drink it, but do it safely. Go at a pace you're comfortable with. You're going to add more water pressure at the top of your digestive system to continue to flush out more waste material from the small and large intestines. Because over here at this point, you pushed out all the waste material from the colon. Even waste material from the small intestine is in the toilet. Even the soft flush solution that you drank earlier is in the toilet. Okay, so that's why you strike while the iron is hot. Get that waste material out. What you experience is torn brown water, lots of it. This is how you fix chronic constipation. You're going to have this release the Kraken experience. You can call it a diarrhea tsunami. You can call it whatever you want. You're going to spew out so much waste material from your behind you have never experienced before in your life. When I explain this to most people online, they don't believe me. They think that this is just hyperbole, this is exaggeration. If you follow my directions to the T, you will increase your chance of success. And that's what we're looking for. Getting the waste material from the small and large intestines completely out of your body so your body can actually restore and heal. When you have so much waste material sitting inside of you, it has a very difficult time healing. The color of this waste material coming out is going to come out very, very dark brown, like dark chocolate. But over time, as you're drinking this water, the color should become lighter and lighter over time. That's how you know the waste material is really exiting out of the body. Okay, so the water is rushing through that 6 meters of pipework because now there's nothing obstructing this pipework. Before you have a whole bunch of waste material sitting in there, now it's just completely smooth. After you do this protocol, the first thing you got to put down is recoat back up your digestive system with probiotics. Your digestive system is a very long piece of pipework. It is 6 meters of pipework. Probiotics provide a microbiome, a protective layer, helps you digest. Now, there are many different probiotics on the market. You're going to have to find the winning combination for you. Can't do that for you. I found some very inexpensive probiotics to be the most effective for me, but you're going to have to find the right ones for you, the right strains for you. Next, after the probiotics, you want to be putting down some electrolytes, watermelons, pomegranates, coconut water. You want to replenish back up your magnesium, calcium, potassium, sodium, chloride. As we're doing the soft flush protocol, you're actually eliminating or flushing out a lot of trace minerals. So you want to replenish them back up. A lot of people go to the hospital. There isn't anything seriously wrong with them, but the doctors, they put it on an IV to replenish the salt. Salt is actually very important for your health, okay? So you can even add a little bit of pink salt, put together your own Gatorade. You want to eat light, keep a poop journal. You want to eat something that's hot, such things as congee. Nothing complicated. Do not go to the restaurant with your friends after this. You'll likely puke if you try to put down a lot of food. And if your body isn't extremely hungry, you don't have to eat right away. Let your body rest. How often do we give our body, our digestive system, a complete rest, free of food, so that it can actually regenerate itself? Because most people are eating food on top of chronic constipation, and that's what's causing the chronic inflammation, causing a whole bunch of problems down the line. It could be skin problems, it could be nasal congestion, it could be a whole bunch of different things. Now I'm going to help you and teach you what is colon hydrotherapy, because some of you may need to do this first. So what a colon hydrotherapy works, you got your feet kicked up on this apparatus, and what the doctor, colon hydrotherapist, they're going to put in hot water through your back end to help excavate the waste material sitting inside of you. So it's like this. Because a lot of people, you have so much waste material sitting inside of your colon right now. This is the first thing that you must do to help get the body balanced, to help have a great starting point. Some of you may need to go with a colon hydrotherapist multiple days in a week just to excavate the waste material sitting inside of your colon. Some of you, you're dealing with such a dilated colon. That dilated colon is causing a lot of problems for you. It's causing that chronic inflammation. Well, you must begin here and divide and conquer this problem. The limitation of this colon hydrotherapy is that it doesn't target your small intestines. It only targets the colon. So come back into this chart. You always want to review this chart on a regular basis. Categorically, we're the same. Doesn't matter what your skin color, your religious beliefs, your political ideologies. None of that stuff matters. When it comes to the digestive system, we're categorically the same. And you must find your winning combination to clean out this pipework. Today I give you some tools out there that could be very helpful on your journey, and I want you to explore more beyond what I've shared. Okay? Now I'm going to share with you some liabilities concerns. Just give me a little bit of a break. I'm going to talk about liabilities concerns next. So a lot of you don't fix chronic constipation. When you don't fix chronic constipation, you may experience all sorts of other problems. There's this waste material that's getting trapped inside your body right now. And over time, all that waste material is going to sit inside your colon. That waste material is still not exiting. The only thing your body can do is to try to accommodate all this waste material sitting inside of you by dilating that colon. So more and more of that waste material is getting impacted inside the large intestine. This is a life-threatening complication, inflammatory bowel diseases. You got the swelling, dilation, the large intestine, inflammation, accumulation, large amount of gas, and also just waste material. So the doctors, they may have to remove your colon completely in a situation like this. And most people, you don't know about any of these procedures, so you want to educate yourself about these procedures so you don't go down this path. Now, this is a left hemicolectomy. The doctors, they remove a portion of the colon, the descending portion of the colon. And you'll discover when you're dealing with medical procedures, there's so much plug and play. They think that your body parts are like USB ports. So over here, they just rejoin the remaining sections. Over here, this is a colostomy. The doctors, they remove a portion of the colon. And after they remove this portion, they're going to install a hole, it's called a stoma, in the abdominal wall, which allows the waste to leave the body. They're going to install this colostomy bag, and you have to manage this bag for the rest of your life. So a lot of people don't know about this until the condition or situation is so severe. So if you're only 1 to 2 days chronically constipated, you need to fix it right away. You can't let it sit. Some people, they think that, well, I'm not going to go to the bathroom 2 to 3 days. Well, it's going to be 3 to 4 days. It's going to be 4 to 5 days. And many people are not going to the bathroom for a whole week. So they're only using the bathroom 52 times in a year. Do you think that's helpful for their health or destructive? Over here on the right, this is a right hemicolectomy. The doctors remove the ascending portion of the colon. This piece sticking out right here, that's just the appendix. And afterwards, the doctors reattach the remaining sections. This is the small intestines. They just reattach to the remaining section of your large intestines. Over here on the right, this is called ileoanal anastomosis. In this procedure, the doctor already removed the colon completely, the large intestines, the ascending, transverse, descending portion completely removed. They used the remaining section of your small intestine and created a pouch around the anus. There are different procedures for this. You guys can look them up online. You'll still be able to get the waste material out of the anus with this procedure, but very likely you'll have several watery bowel movements daily, and you may have to wear adult diapers for the rest of your life. And most people don't know about this until the situation's too late. Ulcerative colitis, many people are experiencing this. Different symptom flare-ups, they include diarrhea, bloody stools, abdominal cramping. Now in a situation like this, people are prescribing a lot of corticosteroids or immunosuppressants. We're in an era where people are getting prescribed a lot of antibiotics for everything, where people are just taking non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. This could be ibuprofen, this could be Advil, all day, every day. When you're taking these all the time, what's going to happen is that it's going to create an ulcerative surface in the small intestines or in the colon. So people are taking corticosteroids to suppress the symptom flare-ups. But did you really resolve the root of the problem? You did not, right? Here's Crohn's disease. This is inflammatory bowel diseases. This is inflammation in the small intestines and the colon. What are some of the symptom flare-ups? Could be a combination of diarrhea, stomach aches or cramps, blood in the stool, tiredness or fatigue, right? Over here, this is a rectal prolapse. Many people, they're severely straining on the toilet. So what happens is that the rectum is prolapsing, it flips inside out as they're severely straining on the toilet. When you are having colorectal problems, your GP is going to refer you to a proctologist. They're going to snap on them latex gloves and tell you that, oh, we're going to examine you down there. And they may find other things such as anal fissures. These are different cracks, breakages, splittings that could take place around the colorectal area. They may look at your rectal prolapse. And when you're dealing with frequent stools or severe straining, oftentimes you're also dealing with anal abscesses and fistulas, or you're dealing with hemorrhoids. These are just swollen veins that could take place internally or externally. And the doctor, proctologist, they're going to look at this, offer you different small little procedures to fix them up. They say that no worries, this is very common. We're going to help you get this thing patched up. But you always have to think in the back of your mind, are you fixing the root of the problem or just the surface symptoms? Because if you're still dealing with chronic constipation at the top of your stream, you're going to continue to struggle downstream. The colorectal area, the anus and rectum, this is downstream. And they're not fixing chronic constipation. That's what I'm going to tell you. So over here, this is an example of something called feculent vomiting. Some people are asking in these different forums, has anyone vomited fecal matter because it couldn't go down? What did you do about it? Somebody says, please go to the ER. This is dangerous. Right? So this is a PubMed article. In a 2-year study at the LA County Harbor General Hospital, they've had 23 cases. So that's about 1 case per month. And you can multiply that out with the number of hospitals in the United States. How many cases of fecal and vomiting can it expect every single year? What's happening is that you are getting this waste material sitting inside of you, inside the colon. We had that picture of that individual dealing with a megacolon. The colon tried to accommodate all this waste material. It kept dilating, kept expanding, but to a point, it no longer could pack any more material in. Well, you're still going to get hungry, right? So what do? You keep on eating, but that waste material is going to work its way back through the small intestines, through that 15 feet, that 4.5 meters, and eventually that waste material is going to work its way back into your stomach. You're going to experience that violent reverse peristalsis and throw up your own feces. I know it sounds nasty, but it does happen. I want to share some of these different posts that people are posting online. They're desperate, looking for answers. I've covered up their names. Why are people posting publicly online? They're so desperate, they need solutions. They're looking at these constipation forums, different Facebook groups, subreddits, anywhere they can find some solution. People are saying, I'm impacted. All home remedies, OTC laxatives, enemas, dietary changes, additions to nutritional oils quit working last month all of a sudden. The ER can reach it, and their enemas didn't work. The highest dosage of lenses does nothing. And the Miralax colonoscopy prep is just giving me overflow diarrhea. Small bits are coming off the impaction, probably from the hospital enemas I got Saturday. What else can I do? I feel like the impaction is just way too big to get out, and it seems like nothing is softening it enough. Listen, hello, I've been struggling with severe chronic constipation for a couple years now, but it's only gotten worse over the last 6 months or so. I've been prescribed Trulance and lenses, highest doses for both, and neither of those medications are working very well for me at this point. I can pass a little bit of stool, but not much, so I'm constantly extremely backed up. I have to spend about half my waking hours lying down because I'm so bloated and nauseous and often in pain. As far as OTC laxatives, nothing really works there. Either Docolas, enemas, suppositories, magnesium citrate, nothing works. I was supposed to have a colonoscopy today, but couldn't keep the bowel prep down. The procedure had been rescheduled for a month from now, and one of the nurses in my GI office prescribed a pill-based cleanse. The pill is called Sutab, and I was warned ahead of time that patients often have trouble completely emptying their bowels with this pill. So given my struggles, I am doubtful that this will actually work for me. Here's my question. Has anyone here gone to the point where nothing works, meds or OTC laxatives, and had to have some sort of in-office medical procedure done? I am so sick and so miserable. What about professional colonics? I'm not even sure how those work. If anyone has any advice or experience with this, I'd be very grateful if you could share with me what you ended up doing and what the outcome was like. Thank you. I want you guys to put yourself in the shoes of individuals who are going through incredible pain and discomfort. Rather than you going through it yourself, look at the path that they've taken already. So they already tried different OTC laxatives. They've been prescribed prescription strength laxatives, highest dosage. After all that, the recurrent theme is nothing works, right? They're in pain all day. They're lying down in bed because they're so bloated and nauseous and often in pain. So that's why I'm telling y'all, you can't ignore the early signs of chronic constipation. You must learn about them. You got to recognize that if you're not going to the bathroom every single day consistently, you're chronically constipated. That's how you should define chronic constipation. And from there, you must think, okay, how can I fix this going forward? What could be causing that intestinal obstruction? They tried everything. They went to the doctors. They went to the GI doctors. They've been seeing naturopathic doctors. They've been seeing multiple GI doctors. Let me tell you, this is something that is occulted from the medical community at large. Internal parasites. Today we're going to learn a little bit about internal parasites and how they could be causing that intestinal obstruction that many people are overlooking right now. This is the liver fluke. We got pinworms, tapeworms, and roundworms. Now, these are full-blown organisms. A lot of these different worms, they can grow to an incredible size. You don't even need a microscope to see them. You guys understand? Some parasites, they can grow to such an incredible size, you do not need a microscope to see them. We're going to go through them one at a time. First of all, people, they make a mistake. The big mistake is that they think that parasites are only limited for people that are living in developing countries, third world countries. Incorrect. People can find parasites in their Whole Food Market salmon, people finding parasites in their Costco wholesale salmon, or over here in Canada, Alberta man gets first known Canadian case of worms from grocery store raw salmon. I can guarantee you he wasn't the first, and he's definitely not going to be the last. All right. Doesn't matter if you live in Switzerland, Sweden, okay, the fancy, you could be in Monaco. All right, there are parasites in Monaco. There are parasite museums. This one is in Japan. It has 60,000 specimens. And the United States has a U.S. National Parasite Collection. It has about 100,000 parasites cataloged in this collection. And every single year, they find new parasites. They're adding to this collection 1,000 to 1,500 specimens per year. Now, not every single parasite is going to attack you, but at least about 1,000 different parasites will attack the human body. And that's not even accounting for the single-cell protozoans. There are many different resources online. You guys want to buy these books, A Century of Parasitology. You want to also look at veterinary parasitology. You want to study both. Library of Congress has great resources, also archive.org, a lot of free resources online. You should study veterinary parasitology because oftentimes pets, they become vectors. You can get parasites directly from your pets. This is a liver fluke. You want to study up on these life cycles. Don't just take my word for it. Go look these up for yourself. They first hatch in water, and they work their way through and up through the food chain. They're going to first attack an intermediate host, which is the snail, extract the nutrients, the resources from the snail, grow to a certain size. After they grow to a certain size, they're going to exit out of the snail, land up on some vegetations. You have the cow or the beef, they're going to consume this vegetation, and that's how the liver fluke continues to live on. Liver flukes, they love to attack the liver because of its nutritional value. Your liver is a storage of vitamins and minerals. It also regulates blood sugar levels. It's got glycogen in it. And liver flukes, they know how to target these organs to extract nutrients. You guys want to go online later, just on YouTube, just type in Animal Planet liver fluke. This lady was struggling with liver flukes for years. There were seasons in her life where she was ending up at the ER because of pain. And at the ER, they run a whole bunch of different tests. After all that, the ER doctors say, we can't find anything wrong with you, just go home. Isn't that frustrating? Because most doctors, they do not look into internal parasites. And she just went to the Bahamas or just somewhere tropical for a vacation. But listen, you don't need to travel outside the United States so you can still get liver flukes. If you're in the ranching business, you have to deal with this every single year. And their cattle, also their sheep. You could be ranching in Idaho, Oklahoma, Texas, New Zealand, Australia, I don't care. You'd have to deal with liver flukes. Over here, people are consuming raw liver because this guy, the liver king, he tells you that, oh, the liver has a lot of nutritional content. Well, if you're eating raw liver, you're putting yourself at risk of eating liver flukes. You may not see the liver flukes, but you may have liver fluke eggs inside the liver. People are experimenting with raw foods, steak tartare. This is the French version, Korean version, or they're rushing through Korean barbecue. There's always some type of a time limit, and you're not cooking that food thoroughly. So you may be eating a lot of different parasites. This is the tapeworm, very, very common. This is the rostellum. This is your teeth. That's how they latch onto your small and large intestines. And these are the different suckers they have. They provide a tool for the parasite to anchor itself to the intestinal wall, so they're not going anywhere. So study these up for yourself. There are many different types of Tapeworms, this is the fish tapeworm. They also work their way up through different organisms. They may first attack a crustacean. While the crustacean gets eaten by smaller fish, they continue to survive. And over here, this smaller fish gets eaten by a bigger fish. It could be a rainbow trout, could be a steelhead. And if you're eating raw fish, that's how that tapeworm gets into your body. You also can find a lot of tapeworms in pork, or also beef if you're consuming undercooked products, right? If you're eating a lot of intestinal products. Tapeworm anatomy 101 over here, that's the head that we just looked at. Tapeworms, they are hermaphrodites, so they reproduce all by themselves. Over here they have these things called progonids. Progonids, this is their reproductive system. Just inside one progonid, you can find 100,000 eggs. So they're just rapidly reproducing inside of you, right? Death by 1,000 cuts. Over here in Thailand, people are extracting tapeworms directly from their rectum. This tapeworm was 59 feet, or roughly 18 meters in length, right? Very, very nasty, but this is the intestinal obstruction that I'm talking about. People are overlooking. They don't believe that internal parasites actually exist. They think that this is just third world country problem. I don't have to deal with it. Well, could be a missing thing. This is not on your radar. This is not on a lot of doctors' radar. So you keep pushing it off, keep pushing it off. And it doesn't matter what type of laxatives you're taking, you're not getting any better. You're increasing the dosage, not just with the OTC stuff, you're also working with prescription strength laxatives. It works temporarily, but now you're still one step forward, two steps back. You may have internal parasites. If you're eating intestinal dishes, chitlin, collard green, sushi, sashimi, seafood hot pot, if you're eating a lot of, whole bunch of really exotic foods around the world, listen, you're putting yourself at risk. So this is not just limited to people here in Asia, in Africa, okay, all over the world. So this is the roundworm. Roundworms are extremely common in your pets. Many pets have them because they can pass down through gestation. So according to the CDC, they said that an estimated 800 million to 1.2 billion people worldwide are infected with Ascaris or roundworms. So your cats and dogs, people that may be raising rabbits or ducks as pets, well, if you're very close with your pets, you're going to get roundworms inside of you. It could be so severe that you may have to go to the hospital and the doctor is going to have to extract these roundworms out of your body. This is the type of intestinal obstruction I was talking about earlier. You may be experiencing stomach aches or cramps, nausea, unexplained weight gain or weight loss, swollen lymph nodes, digestive problems including constipation, diarrhea, persistent gas, skin issues, rashes, eczema, hives, and itching. You have all these different parasites sitting inside of you, extracting your nutrients at the same time. They still have to use the bathroom right in your body. These are roundworm parasites. This is not pasta from the Olive Garden. And parasites can also lay a siege in your organs as well. This is called cysticercosis. You guys can look that up. Parasites are very common in your pets. This is a tapeworm getting pulled out of a cat. These are roundworms getting expelled from American Bully. And over here, this is a cat. They're getting a botfly extracted from their nasal cavity. Botflies are very common in Africa, and they can also attack human beings. Okay, so go look that up. Don't take my word for it. Parasites. These are some of their common denominators. High reproductive rate, adaptability, strength in numbers, stamina, and survival. Different risks that you may encounter if you're eating a lot of raw meats. If you are eating undercooked meats, very common. If you're drinking contaminated water when you're traveling abroad, that's also another area of risk people often overlook. If you're traveling to the Amazons, you're doing your ayahuasca ceremonies, but you don't know how to purify that local water. You don't know how to filter that water. You're drinking that contaminated water. When you come back, go back to the Canada, go back to the US, you are going to feel awful. And over here, this is a huge risk. People are very close with their pets. They're doing these Instagram photos. They let their dogs just lick their faces, for TikTok, for Instagram. It's very cute. At the same time, you must understand the underlying risk. And of course, there is also parasites in raw vegetables. So now, you do have white blood cells. White blood cells are your defense mechanism. They can go out there, they can eliminate these internal parasites while they're small. While they're small, you guys understand. But we're in an era where people are overloading themselves with corticosteroids. Corticosteroids, immunosuppressants. When you're taking corticosteroid therapy, when you're taking corticosteroid therapy, what you're doing, you're suppressing your immune response. You're basically telling your white blood cells don't go to work, okay? So they're not as active, they're not as responsive, they're not really doing their work. Over here, this is somebody getting their roundworms pulled out of their liver. So liver is a storage of vitamins and minerals, and these parasites, they have the ability to penetrate through the intestinal walls. These are military terms. So parasites, they can siege you, they're going to breach, they're going to occupy your organs one by one, and they're going to capitulate your organs one by one. All right? Pinworms are also very common. According to PubMed, this is affecting almost 1 billion people worldwide from all socioeconomic classes. Look into this. If you're looking at a child, they're scratching their behind discreetly, or you see an adult scratching their behind, it could be roundworms. You guys want to also study up on your single-cell protozoan websites, Toxoplasma gondii. There are many different types of single-cell protozoans. Malaria is an example of single-cell protozoan websites. You guys want to learn how you can eliminate those parasites as well, because they're going to cause a lot of disruption in your body. When you have different single-cell protozoan website parasites, they can attack your white blood cells, they can attack your red blood cells, and now you're not getting the right amount of oxygen in your body. Let's talk about different herbs that can help you eliminate internal parasites. This is clove bud. I'm going to go through these pretty quick. Wormwood. It's a traditional herbal medicine, treat different parasitic infections for centuries. Garlic extract, very powerful. Oregano extract. Right? Many different products on the market. Nothing I share is professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. You have wormwood, black walnut. You have Vermox. This is mebendazole. This is OTC in many countries. Intestinal Edge. Intestine Pro. This is an herbal product. You may have to look into Panicure C for your pets. There are also herbal blends for your pets as well. You want to work with your doctor, naturopathic doctor, work with your veterinary professionals to formulate the right winning combination for your pets. This is a cysticercosis scan, CT scan. So parasites go outside of the digestive system. They can attack even your muscle fibers. Or people are experiencing uterine fibroids, that could be internal parasites as well. Or people, they're experiencing epileptic seizures or headaches. While they do an MRI scan, they're finding neurocysticercosis, finding cysts directly in the brain. All right, because parasites, they can attack your brain as well. So over here, look into these products. This is Paragard, this is for humans. Over here, this is for your pets. And if I zoom in on this a little bit, you have oregano extract, you have black walnut extract, pumpkin seed extract, Oregon mountain grapefruit extract, wormwood, right? So a lot of these herbs that humans use, that pets also can use. But work with your doctors on this. I'm not a doctor. So you want to detox in this water. You want to detox the small and large intestines regularly, at least 4 times. Start with once a week. You must be proficient with the first protocol that I've outlined. in the beginning part of my presentation. Then you want to be taking anti-parasite medications 3 days in a row, and you want to detox the small and large intestines on the 4th day to flush out the dead parasites. I don't recommend you guys using any type of anti-parasite medications right away, because a lot of you don't even know how to clean out the small and large intestines. If you don't know how to do that, you take a whole bunch of anti-parasite meds, right? What that's going to happen is going to give your body more stress, because you're going to have a whole bunch of dead parasites sitting inside of you on top of your chronic constipation. What they call this is called Herxheimer reaction. Fever, chills, diarrhea, constipation, headaches, or rashes. You may experience on top of that. So I'm going to just talk about this a little bit more. You want to learn about your liver. This is the gallbladder. A lot of people, they may have gallstones in their gallbladder right now. How do you get the gallstones out of your gallbladder? There are natural ways to do this. A lot of people don't know this actually could be done, right? Or you may have a lot of different intrahepatic stones lodged inside your liver. You must find ways to get rid of them as well. Most people do not know how to get this done. So over here, this is the pancreas, right? You guys want to learn about that as well. You want to study your organs one by one and think about what can you do to improve the conditions of your organs one by one. You don't want to go down these different stages of liver damage. Maybe some of you, doctors say that you have a fatty liver, even though you're not drinking any alcohol. Listen, your liver is getting congested already. You may have congestion in the gallbladder. You have congestion in the gallbladder. The congestion is going to move into your liver. Your liver, just think of it as a filter. It is filtering 250 gallons of blood every single day. Until you can learn and figure out how to clean out this organ, it's going to get progressively worse over time. That's what happens. So study the anatomy. So you got the intrahepatic ducts that goes inside the liver. This is connected to the common bile duct. To the left, you have the gallbladder. To the right, pancreas. And everything goes inside the duodenum, the beginning part of your small intestine. So this common bile duct has so many responsibilities. You want to be praying for your common bile duct. Most people, they just wait until the situation is so severe. They have a gallbladder congested with gallstones. They don't know how to get these gallstones out of the gallbladder. But that's not where you start. You have to start cleaning out the small and large intestines, getting the parasites out of the body. Then you study this out and figure out how you can get the gallstones out of the gallbladder. So the book that I recommend is from Andreas Moritz, The Amazing Liver and Gallbladder Flush. Gallbladder here, liver here, intrahepatic stones inside the liver. Get that congestion out of the liver so your liver can restore itself. Of course, if you try to explain this to most doctors, they're not going to believe you. They're going to say this is just some hocus pocus stuff. I don't believe in any of this. You're just talking crazy. And please don't believe me for any of this. You have to look into this for yourself. And this is not the right protocol for everybody. Well, these are the benefits of liver detox. My personal experiences: no more joint pains, deeper sleep, faster recovery from sports, restore libido health, faster metabolism, zero weight loss rebound, faster hair and nail growth. I have to cut my nails very often because they grow extremely fast. Overall youthfulness, run longer, lift heavier without sups. I don't take any supplementation. In my school of thought currently, you first got to get your body cleaned up. You can take all the health supplements that you want, but if your small intestine is caked up with parasites, caked up with microplastic, caked up with old feces, old fecal matter, waste material, it doesn't matter what type of supplements you're taking in because your absorption ability is so diminished. Now, you don't want to go down this path because when your gallbladder is full of gallstones, you're getting gallbladder attacks. This is what they're going to do to you. They're going to remove your gallbladder. They're going to poke 4 holes into you, and it's going to cost you. There are 1.2 million surgeries per year in the United States. This is a $5.5 billion industry. That's why they don't want to have any real solutions for it. Same thing with your kidneys. Learn about how you can improve the conditions of your kidneys even before your doctors tell you have kidney problems. Polycystic kidney, because your kidneys is always filtering the blood as well. Soon about 50 gallons per day. It's going to do about a fifth of your liver. But many people go through the stages of liver and kidney damage because they don't know how to reverse this condition, right? So my idea is, okay, you got to major on the majors. You want to fix your liver first before even thinking about fixing your kidneys. Liver is doing 250 gallons a day. Liver, 250, kidneys, 50. Right, so you want to major on the majors, improve the conditions of your liver. It's going to lift a lot of pressure off the kidneys to perform. And there are ways to restore the function of your kidneys. Okay, so I'm not going to assume. I'm always going to assume there's always ways I can improve the condition of my kidneys now. Right. So upstream, downstream. If you're having problems upstream, you're going to have problems downstream. So for men, if you have problems in your kidneys, you may have problems with your bladder. You may have problems with your prostate. Think of it like that. Instead of fixing prostate problems, just looking at that prostate, think about what could be happening upstream with my kidneys. Okay. So today we cover a lot of information. No, this is just information regarding dialysis. If you don't improve the conditions of your kidneys, eventually they're going to put you on dialysis. So every single year, you want to be very, very proactive. You do not want to wait until there are problems. If you wait, then your problem's going to get progressively worse, and you're putting things off. But you want to find natural solutions that are out there to improve the conditions of your organs one by one. So this is just my little notes about detoxing in the order that I see is best. Okay. So you want to restore these daily KPIs. That's urination, daily bowel movements, sweating, portable sauna. Okay. Most people, they're not getting this done. They're not using the bathroom often enough. They're not drinking enough water, so they're not urinating enough. If you're dehydrated, you're going to have problems with your bowel movements. Next, people are not sweating. Your lymphatic system is connected to sweating. You got to get that waste material out by sweating. During the winter time, most people don't exercise. They just sit at home. They eat excessively because you have Thanksgiving, then you have Christmas, and you have New Year's, right? After a couple of weeks, you may celebrate Chinese New Year, and then you're dealing with Valentine's. Just one after the next, after the next, after the next. You're constantly eating. So I want to share my link in here. My name is John. These are the different products that I offer. You may want to look into this. Check it out. This is my Dad Bod to Summer Bod Summer Challenge. This is how you clean out the small and large intestines, and also coach you how you can eliminate internal parasites. Now, this is my 60-minute coaching call. Some of you may need this. I'm going to leave my link in the chat below, also in the comments below. Now, you can also tip me if you want to work with me one-on-one. This is a one-on-one transformation, health transformation in 30 days. These are PDFs, the No BS Guide to the Digestive System. This is another PDF. Get rid of internal parasites for better skin and lose weight. If you want to improve your liver health, increase energy and sex drive, this is another PDF to get. And if you want a protocol for this, I have instructional videos in this guide. So there's a lot of great resources on here. I coach this. These are not affiliate products. You'll find me teaching these protocols. You'll find a lot of people online, they just sell a lot of affiliate products, but they don't do anything themselves, okay? So over here, I want to showcase and give you guys some tools that could be very helpful in 2025 and beyond. So I want to open up for any questions you guys may have. What are some of the questions you have?